what's very important in, I guess, every single year, but as many of you are going to start doing business planning or just getting through business planning here in November, we need to look at what we're going to do in 2023 that's either going to amplify what we did this year, if it worked, or what we're going to stop doing this year, next year, if it didn't work. So said a different way, if your 2022 strategy worked, great. Let's amplify that. Let's either find ways to automate or reduce cost or get some other people on board to help you with your business, move it forward, right? But if your 2022 was not really where you wanted it to be, then we need to start shifting some things around, right? So either your strategy was off in the sense that you put in the work and the output just wasn't there, or you just didn't execute on your strategy. So there's no way of you knowing if it would have worked. Does that make sense? So that's something that this isn't a business planning session. That's probably going to be in December once we get back from Thanksgiving. But I wanted to put that bug in your ear because as you go into 2023, one of the big, at the reset of every single year, it seems we're looking for different things just by nature, trying to do X, Y, and Z strategy or try this, try that, try whatever. So we're looking to go wide rather than going deep. So one of the things that I want to encourage you, which is primarily what we're going to cover today, is really focus on the organic side of your business. So the free strategies that you have access to right now. So that is your social media reach that every single one of you has, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever. You have access to millions and millions of eyeballs in your particular neighborhood. So we have to tap into that, right? So one of the simplest ways to do that is based off of not even a social media strategy. This is a Craigslist strategy. So we're going to talk about Craigslist for a quick second because once you understand the stats and where it's positioned, it's lights out. So how many of you have ever used Craigslist for your real estate business one way or another? We have some hands waving. We see D waving. Yes, very long time. We have Ian. So Kim, very long time ago. So if you want to drop it in the chat. One huge opportunity for us right now is really, so very, very long time ago, there's a resurgence in the Craigslist economy. And if you look at just by the stats, we know that it gets millions and millions of eyeballs. That's awesome. That's evident. And that's something that you probably are aware of. But it's actually in the real estate category, it's ranked number 2. It's the second most visited website in the real estate category, slightly behind Zillow. So that's a stat that a lot of people don't recognize. That is just an opportunity right there waiting for you to exploit it yourself or some member of your team's exploiting it for you. So what does that mean? That means that you can leverage Craigslist from the listing side. We're not going to talk about the listing side, but you can leverage it from the listing side in having another distribution point for the listing that you have. So you take the listing, you put it on the MLS. Some of you are probably putting it on Facebook Marketplace. Some of you are doing email blasts to all the other realtors. Some of you are doing email blasts to your database. Some of you are pushing your listing out into the world and are not really focused on the Craigslist side of things, where you can have another distribution point that, as you heard earlier, it's the second in the real estate category. Just want to make sure in the real estate category, it's the second most visited website out there next to Zillow. So that's a huge opportunity for you to really start leveraging from the distribution standpoint. So again, getting your listing out into the wild, into the world. But we're not here for the listing side. We're here for the buyer side. So regardless if you have business right now or not, you're able to tap into Craigslist for free. So one of the things that they implemented years ago was you would pay $5 per posting, but not in the way that we post. So when you go to Craigslist, if you want to kind of go into it right now, that'd be cool as well. But when you go into Craigslist, and you sign into your account, go to the area that you are geographically working, if you will. When you go real estate for sale, when you click on that button, it's going to be towards the middle. It's going to be under real estate. And then you go offer real estate. So I think it's literally called offer real estate. And it's going to ask you if it's by broker or by owner. And you're going to put by broker, and you're able to do that for free. So a lot of folks, when Craigslist introduced the $5 per post or publication or little listing, a lot of people stopped using it, not understanding that for us, it's still free. So we're still able to post on Craigslist for absolutely free. So the strategy here is very simple. Taking either a listing that we have, or a listing that we have permission to market, or a listing that is a new construction listing, taking that listing and posting it over on Craigslist. And without getting too molecular, and really writing out every single thing on the listing or on the post, the one thing that I want to encourage you to do is the call to action within the post itself is going to be asking the people that see that to text you. So that's the big difference here. So you're going to put it on Craigslist. You're going to put the listing on Craigslist. You're going to add 3 to 5 images of the listing. You're going to put a bit of a description. You don't want to copy and paste the MLS description because that's very easily findable. People can take that and copy it into Google, and they're going to go directly to Zillow. That's not what you want. So you want to just highlight a few aspects about the listing itself, some things that are unique to the property. And then you're going to ask people to text you. So you're going to ask people to text 123 Main Street to, and then put your cell phone number or your office line, assuming you have a voice over IP that accepts text messages. So that's the big differentiator here. When you ask people to text you, the huge benefit to you is the fact that when somebody texts you, you have their real phone number. If you were to send them to a landing page, when you're sending somebody to a landing page, they can give you a fake name, a fake email, and a fake phone number. But when you do it this way, when you ask somebody to text you, well, they're texting you from their actual phone line. So it's very hard for them to actually give you the wrong information. Right? So let's see. I saw some comments here about Craigslist. Let's see. I've always been afraid of Craigslist. We all need more leverage in all aspects. That's true. VAs, admins, TCs, correct. KV Core. So some of you have KV Core, so you're able to leverage that. So regardless of the brokers that you're from, our masterminds are brokerage agnostic. It doesn't matter where you're coming from. But some brokerages do give you access to KV Core. And with KV Core, you're able to post on Craigslist with one click. You just go to the listing, press Craigslist, and it goes on its way. So you don't even have to log in. You don't have to write the description. You don't have to even import the images. You don't have to do any of that. You're able to do just one click posting and you're done. So that's going to save you a lot of time. And this is something that if you wanted to do it yourself, it's going to take you less than 2 minutes to execute every single day. If you wanted to add this to one of your team members, it's going to take them about the same time. It's very simple to implement.